Hashtag I'm just saying, my waves don't swim. Swim. Look. Hashtag I'm just saying she the best. We don't stress. And I know my auntie, yeah, she just stay fresh. She be all on the TV show, Facebook Live, she a mess. And I know you tuning in, all at 5, we the best. Ayy. Hashtag I'm just saying, know you watching what you want. Look. Hashtag I'm just saying, looking like we is a boss made, young, rich, and we paid. Look. Hashtag I'm just saying, know we gon' make it today. And that's it.
Hashtag I'm just saying, I'm yours truly, MemeMichelle. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to have a great episode today. I can't wait to get it started, get it in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like, remember to share, get involved, leave your comments, ask questions, use your emojis. Just I want to know your opinion on what we're going to talk about today. Today, this is my guest panel. Y'all have seen both of these lovely people before. This is Mr. Bradford Kilby, and he is an amazing barber. What's the name of your barbershop, B? You got to get in, too.
At Exclusive Cuts, but
yes.
my business name is Schoolboy Cuts.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. And when we get to talking, if you can hear everybody, please give us the thumbs up. And this is Latane. She was on Surviving Divorce. Oh, my God. Y'all remember that special line she had? She was like, she dressed him up, and then he took his show on the road. Yeah. And that's still my favorite line of all times. Say what's up, Latane.
What's up?
Yeah, so I want to make sure that you can hear everybody. Oh, let me get y'all. I want to see y'all what y'all talking about today. Yes, indeed. Okay. Y'all haven't popped up for me yet. That's okay. But come on, stop it. Okay. And I'm MemeMichelle. Of course, you already know that. And today's topic is going to be the Facebook news. I have a lot of great topics that we're going to talk about today. But before we get it started, y'all know last week we had that peach tea by Crown, right? Well, I had to do it again. Do it again. So, today I made a peach tea. So what we have here is the peach tea. Now, why you going live on your page when you should just be on mine? I can't stand people who do that. Anyway, we got the peach crown. We got some tea. It's the Arnold Palmer flavor, and then I added a little extra lemonade so we can get it popping. Everybody take a sip. If they had Taste-O-Vision. Oh my good. Woo!
Did you just pop?
Yes, she did.
Yes, it's delicious.
White.
Yes, it's delicious.
She from the 90s.
So look, before we get it started, we're gonna talk about the biggest news of this week. Well, not the biggest, but I think to the world it was the WWW, the World Wide Web. It was Facebook shut down, and Instagram. Oh wait, something's in my eye. Oh my God. Okay, I'm back. I think it's a piece of hair. Y'all know my hairstylist, so hair floats everywhere. But anyway, Facebook shut down for 15 hours. People were losing their minds. They thought Facebook page has got hacked. They thought that they were in Facebook jail. How did it affect y'all? He is really taping me. How did it affect y'all?
I didn't even know it was down.
I didn't either. I was working hard. I was working like a Hebrew. But I'm telling you, people was tripping.
Made people have to actually talk to each other.
Yes. People was like, I had to pick up the phone and call.
That's sad.
Pick up the phone and call sometimes. Oh, my God. And then I was like, that just lets you know, if we go to war, it's going to be like a cyber war. They're going to shut our cell phones down. They're going to shut our text messages down. We're not going to have any type of communication because we don't know how to communicate any other way anymore. We're in serious trouble.
It happened about 10 years ago. There was a brownout in New York, and then all of the ATMs.
Oh, they said come closer. They can't
all
hear
of the ATMs were down, and everything was like you couldn't get to the. I want to say the subways couldn't move because they were electric. It was just a lot of stuff that went on. And that made me make some decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, I will never get rid of my landline. Number two, I will always keep some cash in my house.
Come on now, Cash.
Harvey. No, let's go back to Ike. When Ike you couldn't get any money out of your bank machine, and everything was all no lights and all of that. Made me make a decision to do that, to make sure that I had cash in my house at all times. And then the other thing is I actually got a generator that runs on gas, and it goes from my gas. As soon as my lights go out, then the gas line picks up.
Yep.
Because you have to. The revolution will not be televised.
Come on now.
You have to be prepared.
Church is tomorrow now.
You have to be prepared, and we are not prepared. I looked into those walkie-talkie things.
Yes.
They have some that go 100 miles.
Oh, come on now. How much that costs?
I don't remember on Amazon, but then
Okay.
because my children live 50 miles away from me.
Okay.
I do not go to low gas. I
Keep
get
a half a tank.
nervous if I go below a half a tank of gas, because if you don't, something can happen. And you won't get any gas.
That's right.
And so, to me, those are the things that we need to be constantly thinking about. Not just, oops, Facebook.
Yes.
Some more if they shut down that stuff.
Man, hold up.
I have a landline. People tease me about it, but remember Ike? And you couldn't
Yes.
get anything. You couldn't make any cell phone
Well, remember
calls.
the gas lines were wrapped around. I mean, it was lines wrapped around the nation.
My mom is in West Virginia, and she's up on the hill. If you know anything about West Virginia, she's at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
So knowing that area, like it's that Tornado Alley area, all of that Midwest. So the ice storms, when they come, they freeze all the lines and everything, and her power goes off. The generator goes on, but then, the generator's about to fall out. But I say all that to say that my mother's prepared, number one, because she knows we know how to prepare. Just
That's
like
right.
we did for Ike. We went to the store, we got everything we needed, ice, everything. But I think that maybe once a week, I wish we could have one day out the week where you don't have none of that. Because at the end of the day, you're very you rely on this.
Absolutely.
And the sad part is I never thought I would say nothing like this.
Come on, say it.
Like, now I understand what my parents were saying. Because I come from the video game era. Like,
Right.
We were the start of the video game era. And my mom, they would come in, all right, 2 hours, shut it off, go outside.
Yeah.
And
I
stay
mean,
out
kids don't go outside anymore.
I mean, you knew everybody's number. You knew these
You
are
knew your
things
neighbors.
And I always say as much of a gift that the internet is, it's a curse.
Yep, the gift and the curse.
And
Come
People
on.
like us, we don't know how to fish and hunt and all of that. When those kinds of
I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Thank
my
God
son
I
does.
do.
I know how to
I
fish.
don't.
I'm just saying in our scheme of things.
Yeah.
But
I got you.
my son knows how to hunt. My uncle taught him how to hunt. I know how to fish. We've been fishing forever. I know how to grow a garden and all of that stuff, because I am probably close to your mother's generation, and we have seen things. Because my son is the beginning of that whole do. But I had to tell them there's limits to that.
Yeah.
But this thing that we have going on here, people got bunkers with written meals in them,
And it ain't us with the bunkers.
Exactly. And so if we don't pay attention to the things that go on, even
We gonna be SOL.
yeah, and we can't even just think about it. If something happened to somebody right now and they didn't have a cell phone, you wouldn't know how to get to them.
Well, we didn't have cell phones when Ike or Rita happened. It was like I couldn't get in touch with my sister. I couldn't get in touch with Tracy. I couldn't get in touch with anybody. Everything was shut down.
when Ike happened, because I grew up, I was something like we called it Pathfinders, but it was just
Hey,
like
everybody. I see y'all logging on.
and it was just like Boy Scout, but you had to get your patching, learning how to build a fire, tent, fishing, cooking, swimming. We had to get patches in those. But what I think the only way we would be able to prepare, because I knew to get enough water just to brush my teeth. I knew to have just enough ice to keep the meat and the mayonnaise and all that cold. I knew to get enough charcoal because I'm going to grill.
Absolutely.
I looked at my apartments, and half of those people, you want to know what they spent their money on?
Chips and
Beer, cigarettes.
I
Wow.
went during Hardy
And-
to the grocery store, and that's the kind of junk that they bought. Pizza. If you don't have no lights and gas,
What
What you gonna do with that?
Pizza.
But something simple as how to cook food.
How about tuna fish? It was a ton.
Come
of
on
tuna
You
now.
can never go wrong with tuna fish.
fish. There was a ton of tuna
Steal
fish.
some mayonnaise packets if you got to.
Come on now.
But it boils back to survival, and we're not. Back in the day, I mean, I wasn't alive, but I read it. But I mean, you had like Black Panthers, they were teaching you not just eating and certain. They were showing you, because we've been told, like you said, the revolution will not be televised. We were told that one day, which I think is going to come a little bit sooner than we're told, but we're not going to have any of those resources. And now you're going to have to learn how to use daylight. You're going to have to learn how to, like, if right now, if it was to be raining all day and we're in the middle of a hurricane, could you build something to where you filter your own water and put it,
it's
dripping off the leaves and coming out? Like, these are things that we don't know. So if they don't know what foods to cook without an oven, imagine how much trouble they're going to be in when it's time to hunt.
Absolutely.
Well, we need prayer, and we need to get it together.
And we have to start finding ways to teach others. Each one teach one, because there's something that you know that I don't know.
Yes.
You know we don't listen.
I know, but for example, like even during the hurricane, I went and I bought tarps. Because I'm a claims adjuster by nature, so I bought all kinds of blue tarps. I got stacked blue tarps in my garage right now. When the rain comes, I know how to stop that. I know how to take care of those
Look,
things.
y'all getting some education up in here today.
Use those tarps to give you some water.
Absolutely.
And,
You can scoop it.
Scoop it.
Put two
Let it
nails
drip.
in it and let that come on down. Okay, act like you know. And so, it's just things that you have to. And what people don't realize, a lot of stuff, when they said put the water in the tub, you put the water in the tub not to get in the tub. So you got some water. So you can put it in the toilet. And you can still flush your
you can flush.
Yeah, and
Because you might not be able to drink that water when stuff start bagging
you don't
up.
want to drink the water, but those are the what do they call, the elementary rules of disaster that you know to keep you straight.
No one can hear you, Tracy. You don't have a mic. Okay. So let's talk about this next topic, near and dear to you and me. House Bill 1305. Do you guys know what that is?
I don't.
Matthew Shaheen wants to pass a law that says hairstylists and barbers don't need a license anymore. You could just work.
Oh my.
If you go to the doctor and you need a heart transplant or a lung transplant, first of all, you want him to be certified. You want him to have a residency. You want him to have graduated. And you're not going to ask him, where'd you buy that heart and your utensils? I'm going to go get it and do it myself. No, YouTube is killing the game. And that's why people are bald. First and foremost, if you go to the barber and you get you a fungus because he's not properly educated on how to clean his utensils, then you're going to be mad. You know what that's going to do for me? They think it's going to hurt me. What it's going to do for me is make me be able to up my prices because I'm certified. I have years under my belt. I have a degree in this. Yeah, I called it a degree. I have a degree in this. And let me tell you something. I know how to fix a color. I know how to do a color. I know how to do a proper haircut.
Chemicals. Them girls ain't gonna know what chemicals to put on who.
They don't even know how to use shears.
They gonna fry.
Has it passed?
They're talking about passing it, and it's gonna, and only in Texas, right?
Yeah,
it's only in Texas.
What they're doing now is I think I read that they were up to 70. They trying to reach the petition line, so they're working on that. They don't think it'll last. They think
how you feel about it?
Table.
Because I just got real emotional real quick.
I mean, if you know anything about process, and I mean, if you've gone to any type of trade school, you know what it's like for that process, especially in barber college or beauty or cosmetology school. That's like being in jail with people for 1,500 hours. It's like
Come on now.
But
I had to get $1,500 in education.
Like to appreciate.
We had to learn anatomy. It's some people who have high blood pressure that you can't even massage their scalps. You'll send them into a heart attack. It's things like that you need to know. Not just, I'm going to put this lace front on. Okay, and then you got these people that you see my hair? I wear weave because I want to, and this is my hair, not because I have to. Y'all going to be a bald set of people.
But that's another thing, and that's why I was telling, that's why I was praising your work.
Thank you. Yes, he said it's telling her
because, you women, you all stress differently than us men, and your hair starts to fall out, and
hormones
like
and different things.
You need to be
medicine.
trained on how to nurture somebody's health, especially women. Like now that this natural thing has gone through, A lot of women don't want to wear it for many reasons, but some of the reasons are their hair has been so damaged for
Right.
years. By the time they're ready to go natural, there's really
Nothing they can do.
yeah, and that the sad part about it is that it's demanded by the state board for you to not just be certified for all the reasons that we said. It's kind of upsetting to me that the standard that the state set, they're actually considering passing this thing.
Yeah. Made us go to school and spend all that money.
I'm wondering.
Am I going to get a refund?
Is this dude a Republican? Because I didn't look who he was. Is he a Republican?
It just said Texas representative.
If he is a Republican, I was just reading something about, I guess they trying to take, was it $72 billion of cut off of education that Betsy DeVos and Trump or whoever. And I'm wondering, is this where we're going with all states now? Because he cut a lot of budgets when he first got in office. So now you're cutting more budgets. And my thing is wow, the very thing that is needed for our future to be secure, which is education,
Yeah.
you are taking that away from us. And that's why we are so frowned upon, because when you go to Finland and you go to these places, they pay doctor and lawyer salaries and paychecks for teachers because you're teaching our future.
Yeah.
I think I just saw something where, is it Japan or China? You can get education for free as long as you kick back money to them.
We the only country. We're the only country. And another thing I think it is, okay, you have all these YouTube hairstylists and, we'll call like a shade tree mechanic, or that's what we'll call a shade tree for hair and barbering. They can't really track them, right? So let's give them the freedom to do whatever, because they've been skating under the radar. Let's give them the freedom to do whatever, and then bam, we got you. See, it's a setup. It's a minor setback for a major come up for.
Would you for you saying from the state?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
So
because you good. Can't nobody
you
hear.
saying that they're allowing this for a bigger.
So they can track them because they've been under the radar.
I don't think you have a problem. I don't think that you will ever have a problem with this.
Nah.
People who want to go to those people going to them now anyway.
That's right.
They're getting their hair done in the sink over their dishes and the nasty junk that's in there, and getting their hair cut in the kitchen and all of that. However, even if they are tracking them, the people who want to make sure that their stuff is tight. Now, really, your business is probably going to go
pick up
because they're going to mess up so much stuff.
Well, that's what we get. We get the residuals of the screw up. But then you don't want to pay to get it fixed.
Man.
Everybody's going natural because, and I hate to say this because this takes money out of my pocket. I will tell you, please don't get a relaxer. That takes $85 out of my pocket. Right?
But it's all about that hair.
But you think about it. If you've been doing your own relaxer at home, you can't rinse it properly because you don't have the proper water pressure, 1. 2.
Okay, come on.
You don't have the proper water pressure. We have strong water pressure. That's 1. 2, if that chemical can melt metal, what is it doing to your scalp? What is going into your bloodstream? They say the reason that black women have more fibroids than any other race is because we've been getting relaxer for so many years. So, but I believe relaxer's making a comeback because black women just don't want to do it. It's like, I just want easy hair because being natural is not easy.
They want natural until that natural
man, let me tell you something.
and all that.
To get my hair to look like this, it is a whole process. 1, and the product is not cheap, and I'll run through it in a week's time. But I'm worth it.
You are my stylist.
Yes, I am.
It took me a long time to determine that I could get away from the crack.
Yeah, when I talked her out of it, I knew I had done something.
However,
what is the crack?
Creamy crack.
Creamy crack for the perm.
Okay.
So when I did, we went through a process of different things. Because, see, I think that weaves are like jewelry. I don't think it's my hair. It's just I don't change my jewelry, but I sure will change my hair.
Amen.
I will change my hair with a quickness.
Amen.
But the thing that I can say about it is it's I don't want to do the Angela Davis afro.
Yeah.
I did that the first time around.
Yeah.
So it ain't
and I don't
impressive.
mind.
It's not impressive to me. I've already done it.
I did it when I was 2 too.
Me and your mom. And so I just don't want to do that. I don't want that particular look.
Right.
I still struggle with the looks that they got our little children on the commercials with their hair all over their heads. And, you know,
If you gonna be natural people, please look like something. Don't look like damn it, I bite you.
yeah, and they just like, oh, get this little child because this is the way they. And I just sit there.
It's like you slept on this linen and you just rolling out the door.
Right.
You look unkept. Like me and Tracy went to eat today, and I just didn't want that man serving me because he looked kind of dirty.
See,
I mean, like you don't brush your teeth or wash your tail.
all of that.
So we are people of pride.
And
Let's
once
get it
again,
together.
they don't understand. Going back to this, this.
And he wasn't us. He was other.
And what
But
I
he had some partial locks, and it was just not well kept.
What I appreciate about my theory
Come on, theory.
in school is because they teach you the history, and then I think somewhere around chapter 3 or 4 they teach you about sanitation, sterilization. But
And that's a lot of hours of that.
I was cutting this lady, and she said, "I'm gonna tell you right now, you do good work, but there's one thing that I've been watching, and you're gonna need to fix that."
Ooh.
And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Baby, you need to get your nails done." She's like, "I see you." She said, you look like you bite your hands, but it's your hands are touching me."
Yes.
And as a man, until a certain age, we didn't care about.
Right.
The only reason I started getting pedicures because that big toe, that nail was just. Finally, somebody said, "You know what? You gonna have to put your pride to the side." I'm faithful now with that stuff, but barbers and stylists, I always watch when I watch Barbershop, in the part where Said was doing his thing, and he was telling them,
and he was telling them
we
how
were
to
people
shape
of
pride.
We were fashion experts.
Yes.
We know everybody in the community.
We're the
sit in front of
therapists.
the TV all day long, so we know what's going on in the world. 9 times out of 10, your child is sitting in my chair. I'm gonna give them some good advice, and these are the things that I started noticing. But they don't. If they're not teaching this, and if they're not putting you into it, you'll never do it.
And to cap it off on this topic, stylists and barbers are like celebrity status. It's a certain way we carry ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You don't learn that. You go to school for the fundamentals, but once you get in the game, it's a certain way that we do things. We don't half-ass do anything. If you're a good stylist, we're gonna do the best of our ability because our name is on that.
Yeah.
Our name is on that. So when you pick your stylist, it's okay to ask them to see their license. It's okay to ask them how many years they've been in the game. It's okay to ask them what's your specialties, because you can't be great at everything. Be great at the things you can be great at and give the rest to somebody else, because you can't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. That's just it. I'm just saying, hashtag that. So,
Right on.
Trinity Love Jones found dead in a duffel bag. This really saddens me. Suspect, I think her name is Taquista Graham. That was her mom. She had been extradited back to L.A. and on unrelated charges, and her boyfriend, I think his name is Emil Hunt, was arrested on Tuesday. How can you do that to your baby? How can you do that to your this world, man?
I don't know if you remember that father on the north side. Cornell had to go get him, and he had put his kids. I think they were really small toddlers. Took them and put them in the safe and burned them up.
Woo!
I know he had some mental issues, but the only explanation for that is there has to be nothing but the devil inside.
Yes,
and
that's a spirit.
That's something that they can't.
Babies are gifts from God. They do not belong to us. When my mom had me in 1971, I was her gift. She took really good care of me, and we're supposed to take really good care of our children, because if you don't, your children will not take care of you, and one day you're going to need them. Even if it's just like, Mama, you okay? Did you eat today? Mama, You need me to go to the store for you. Or just a phone call, Mommy, I love you. Because if you ain't good to your kids, they'll forget about you. And I just don't see how you could harm a child.
For you to
your own
because
child.
they're trusting you. Wherever
Yeah.
you're taking them, wherever you picking them up and getting ready to do with them, they did not know that this would be the last time. That,
And you
know.
came all the way from L.A. to do it?
Well,
Is it where you got it
number
here?
one,
Yeah.
mental illness.
It's real.
It's very real.
It is very real. I'm going to hope that was what the case was. That the person just had a mental break. I hope that that's just it, because if not, you got a little corner in a place that's very warm,
Woo!
waiting for you.
Yes, sir.
Because you took that child, brought that child into the world, and then you did that. No, that's just wrong.
that I remember the story of old girl that drowned her kids. It was about like 2002,
Yeah.
2003. And when I heard the part that I guess either the oldest one or one of them had halfway got out the door in the yard, and she chased them out there and brought it. And I was just saying to myself, like,
Why you just didn't let the baby go?
but now the other case is I remember her situation. Her husband had been taking her to the hospital saying that something is wrong with her, and they kept saying nothing is wrong with her. At the end of the day, I know this is going to probably derail off what we're talking about, but at the end of the day, these people that have these situations, that have these some of them get treatment, some of them get medicine. It's the wrong medicine. It makes their situation worse, or they're on 2 or 3 different medications to try to balance them out. And when you hear things about chemical imbalances and things like that,
yeah.
like I think there was a story about a kid playing basketball. He's from Chicago, and he just got shot up really bad recently, but he was really, really good in basketball. Something in his life, something was going on, which I think he was probably maybe a crack baby.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But basketball wasn't his getaway anymore. And he was just
who lost it, and it wasn't even that. I mean, he's a year older than me, and it happened about 6 years ago. He wasn't a crack baby. He wasn't anything. He just had a mental break and thought he was marrying some model, and he had got the whole God complex and all of that, and now he's on medication. But I mean, business owner, had everything going for him, college educated, you name it, all of that, and just had a mental break. That's why I have to step back and say mental illness
is real.
No, at the basis, that's what it is. It's mental illness, and sometimes it's nothing more for us to understand than it's mental illness, because you'll drive yourself crazy trying to figure it out.
And if you have somebody on your mind and on your heart, hey, let me check on so-and-so. You have to watch people, because you can kind of see when people are unraveling.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see people unraveling, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know how to approach them. Please start praying. You better get in your word. You better start praying.
To maybe not mind your business.
Yes, because one day somebody unravel, and either they'll hurt themselves or hurt somebody else, or hurt somebody else then hurt themselves. We got to be a praying nation and a praying people, y'all.
And we got to stop acting like counseling is a bad word.
Come on now.
Counseling is
help. Get the
You
help.
have to get the help, because see, if you're almost spiraling and you get some help, then you start to pull it back. But if you continue to spiral and there's nobody to talk to, and you're sorting that stuff in your own head and you're answering your own questions, then you know, it just doesn't. There's nothing that gets you on. I'm a strong look. I'll get some counseling
Therapy.
tomorrow. If I feel like it's getting a little overwhelming, I'll turn that little card over on my insurance card. Be like, EAP, hi, I need some, because you have to have. You can't work this stuff out
by
in your
yourself,
own head. You can't.
and you have to say it out loud so your ears can your ears can hear it. Because if you keep it inside, your heart is constantly breaking. You got to talk to somebody that doesn't have an opinion and that's not going to be biased. That's going to listen to what you say and then help you break it down.
And a lot of times, once you say it out loud, you're sorting it out yourself.
Anyway, yes.
You're sorting it out, because he's not in his head going, tell me more. And you're like, wait a minute, did I just say how crazy that really
That
sounds
sounds
crazy.
nuts, yes.
So, yeah, okay, now, I think what I should do is this now because of that. But no, we act like counseling is saying MF to somebody.
Well, I mean, because we've been told that
what
look
happens
look
in
the
this
word
house.
Look at the word they use for a psychiatrist, a shrink. I mean, we've always been told that and it's not a racial thing. This is everybody, especially in America, that, oh, you're going to see a shrink. Like, if some people hide that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't want to tell nobody. Where you going? Oh, I got a doctor's appointment. It's like, nah, I'm going to
see
I
my therapist.
Charlamagne the God, he says that. He said, man, I love my therapist. Every day, every Friday at 3.
Come
and
on
then
now.
he wrote and that book, The Shook Ones, for people with anxiety, especially, I think, men.
Mm-hmm.
I think we fall into that a little bit more than we need to. Okay, you're a man, stop complaining. Suck it up. Okay,
Don't
stop
cry.
complaining.
Man up.
And I'll be honest with you, I think that's good, but at the same time, we weren't at a young age taught to. What's going on? What's on your mind? Tell me what's up. Like,
Yeah.
I know when my oldest son, I know when he gonna break. I mastered when he has his breakdowns, and my thing is, like what you're saying, I want to beat him to the punch. And the majority of the time, people that keep that stuff inside, they feel like no one wants to hear it. What do they tell you? How you doing today? I will complain, but ain't nobody gonna listen.
Or
that's
most
what
people say, I'm fine.
And because they're scared to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, who wants to hear that? Because truth be told, you got your issues too.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
I know they can't hear me.
I should have brought your mic out. It's in the box.
No, I just had that.
Tracy got something to say. Yeah.
And he said, I'm gonna stop complaining to you.
Mm.
And I was like, well, yeah, he said, because you can't do nothing about my situation where I'm in. I was just gonna stop complaining. I listened to him, but it's like, damn, like.
But you have to just tell him, Tracy said somebody told her, I'm going to stop complaining to you. And just say, it's okay. Let me be your sounding board. Because people need a sounding board. People need somebody they can talk to and they can get it off their chest. We're in the middle of something. Can you come back? Okay. Yeah, I don't know who it was, but we're in the middle of a show and somebody knocked on my salon door. But anyway, we're going to get some therapy and we're going to go to the next topic. That was really good, wasn't it? Okay. So peep this, y'all. Black teen accused of cheating on her SATs. Meanwhile, white celebrities and business execs are paid a total of $25 million to get their children into high-profile universities.
The actress?
And
the
more.
Felicity too.
Yeah.
But that, I'm gonna tell you where that fall down. That's coming off of that athletic scandal stuff. So now they're going into the front office like, okay, y'all paying to get your kids in here and all, but that's been going on.
That's been going on.
But the feds said it. They said, man, it's some stuff that y'all won't even know that's about to hit the fan. And
Yeah.
and it's not, has nothing to do with sports. But oh well.
But what happens is they watch. They let you hang yourself. Now, what I'm liking to see, because we as black people, and no shade to my white brothers and sisters, I love y'all, but we have a saying, the complexion for the protection, and we don't have it. And it's good to see that, that people are starting to be held accountable for their actions. This lady, she was dropped from Hallmark. Lori, she was dropped from Hallmark and arrested, and she was released on a $1 million bond. Now, the daughter that she got in college didn't even want to go to college.
Yeah, no, they're about to withdraw.
Well, and also Sephora dropped her as well.
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. All those people, because I was watching some of her YouTube, because I wanted to see what she was talking about, and she basically said, "I'm just here." So now,
she just wanted to party.
And they have 2 daughters, and both of them are going. See, now your admission has to be revoked because it was wrong. And it was raggedy. So all of these people, it's going to be a whole lot more than that.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
Some people may not even have real degrees now because their stuff may be revoked because of the way they got in.
May not. I've been hearing about that for a while. I didn't believe it for a long time because it's just like, who would know? But no, like
word.
Yeah, now even if they went through the classes and passed their classes, it's like you go back to the start. If your admission was improper, then you really don't have the credentials to get up out of here. So now they have to they can probably go somewhere else and take some classes and get another degree. But the shame is because you all felt that you were so much better and that you're going to paste your daughter's head on somebody else's body and all of that. I had to work hard to go to college. I had to work hard to get an athletic scholarship. So if somebody would have put some person's head on my body,
Absolutely.
I would have been livid.
Okay,
Because-
now wait a minute. So they weren't just paying to get their kids enrolled.
They did it like they did it as though like they were getting an athletic scholarship. Some of them.
And they
So
said
that's
they
where the
were-
pasting of the head on the body is
So,
concerned.
so what they did is, and actually they don't really get athletic scholarships. What they did is they said when they were getting them ready for their college stuff, they were saying these are the things that my child participated in.
I got
So
you.
now
I
you
got
say
you.
your child participated
My child
in this
was
sport,
the best
and
in
my
the
child
chess
did
club.
this, and my child did that. Even though they're not going to do this at college,
Right.
But
I know.
these are
They were building the requirements.
and they were building
Okay.
their repertoire
Right.
because schools look at your social.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
all
Well,
the
they
things you
require
Yes.
you have to play one sport or you got to be in a club.
Hey, Renee. Hey, Mallory. Hey, Laura.
They have let some coaches go, like some of the women, like put the under the radar.
Yes.
Sports.
And what bothers me about this is not just for black and brown kids, but all kids from regular economical backgrounds, white, Asian, whatever, who work really, really, really hard. I didn't go to college. They work really, really, really hard to get in. And like this young lady who, because she scored high, they said she cheated.
They proctored the test. They had you stand there and test and watch Jessica get her test.
That is
How crazy
crazy.
is that? Because now you're gonna be like all out here just for cheating and doing all of that.
And that's crazy.
But
Because,
that goes to show you that karma works itself out.
woo, come on,
Because
won't he do it?
You have to. If you don't believe in anything else, because I know it's hard to believe in the system. It's hard to believe in the school, whatever curriculum or laws that they go by. But at the end of the day, what's happening right now is karma has no
She's sexy.
color.
She's sexy.
Like that guy that just got busted, the head coach for LSU, the basketball team. They wiretapped him. They went in with a mic just to catch him, offering these bribes or whatever. But at the end of the day,
And that's been going on forever.
that's what I'm enjoying, is because the system is falling from inside out. Because we're not in there, we're not up there. Like when you look at things like the Penn State thing,
Hey, Nay.
that was so high up, we can't even get up there. And they're starting to see now that, okay, they're coming for us. Yeah, they're coming for you because
Yeah.
you set the standard. So, like, when you're going back to these kids, that's why I love the movie Social Media, because they're showing
didn't see
you
it.
why Mark Zuckerberg did what he did. You know what I'm saying? He's the smart kid, and you rich kids are coming to me to do something for you. And this idea that you're only doing it to do it, and you're not even working. You're using me to do it.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this from you. Because we're talking about a rich kid that probably got in on his grades alone. He did not have a lot of money. He didn't come from a lot of money. But you have these kids that sit and they watch the rich kids, white, black, Asian, just walk through there like nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
So now the chickens have come home to roost, and hopefully,
Come on, Brad didn't grew up.
I really hope that it will not put a Band-Aid on the situation, but it will really close up the artery, because it's so crooked in every major college. It's so crooked.
And you get by, but you don't get away.
Come on now. And that's that. How you say it? How you say it? And that's that.
And then there's that.
And then there's that. So let's go light it up a little bit. Man wins $273 million in the lotto, and ex-wife still don't want him back. He must have been an asshole. She said, her name was Eileen Murray. She was like, F it. She was like, he should do right. I'm not asking him for nothing.
Just
I
need
don't
to be
want him
giving
back.
me the money.
Let me tell you something. Okay, what would y'all do if y'all ex won $273 million and wanted you back?
And wanted me back?
Yeah. But he wanted you back. You couldn't get no money or without taking them back.
No.
Because, man,
Yeah.
she has got to be real strong because there's a lot of bills out there.
If I'm not in a relationship and it's somebody that was all right and it was probably my fault,
No, we ain't talking about your fault.
then maybe
dog.
so. But no, I don't.
And it contingent upon how somebody leaves you. You wouldn't care if they had a whole bunch of money.
Some people don't care.
Yeah, I do. I would say, and this is not my story. This is like even, no.
Okay, y'all out there in Facebook land who watching, if your ex came to you and he or she won $273 million in the lotto, and he was a a-hole or she was a a-hole, would you take him back? Y'all comment on that while we go to the next
What
time.
is beating that behind? And you got to bring him in the house.
I don't look. Let me tell you something. I work every day. Give me a love offering.
Yeah. If you want to drop a little money for me for my
My pain and suffering.
But if I got to live with you, and if you crazy and you crazy with money,
Yeah,
that's
you gonna be woo. You gonna let me tell you something. You ever seen somebody who was a butthole, and then they got some money and they was a butthole times 10? That's what money does. Money brings out the inner you.
273 million would be super crazy.
Yeah, money is gonna bring out crazy.com. I mean, it's gonna be like, this nickel here is just not wrapped tight.
And keep you and your money over on the other side of the street.
Bruce said yes, and marry her mama also. But thank you for your honesty.
Some people that's like, you know what, for him to come back or for her to come back and want me, you know what, I see right now I got one up on you. So some people might go and get that money and bounce.
What if they use that money for leverage? Just because you get back with them don't mean they're going to give you some. That's a form of control.
Well, I mean, that's why you got to sit down at the table and get this understood.
Real understanding.
Yeah. But, some people, people want money, man.
Well, let's talk about the stupid new, what they say. Come on here.
If the Lord
Let's see it.
lays it on your heart, you can give me some food, but you need to mail it.
That Renee is stupid. Yes, indeed. Mail me the money. But just put it in my Cash App. You can put it in my Cash App. Give it to me, Daddy. Okay, but anyway, let's talk about this stupid zoo news. So last time we did Facebook news, we talked about the man who had sex with the alligator, and then the big alligator came. You can look it up. It's real. So last time we talked about the man, he was raping the smaller alligator. First of all, where where the place
alligator has ever been raped before?
This one. But then what they said is that wasn't the only one. They was having sex with a lot of animals. In the word that says no. So a big alligator snuck up behind them and killed him. So this week, Tomfoolery Express, they don't even give a name, but I watched the video. She's just as stupid as they come. So it was an incident where a woman in her 30s crossed over the barrier to take a selfie with a jaguar, and the jaguar tore that ass up. Baby, let me tell you something. That's when a selfie goes too far. I mean, I'm all about the selfie. I'm all about, come on, let's get in, cha-ching. But I'm not finna cross over the barrier to do it.
You know what? That goes exactly back to what we were talking about.
You just gotta have that shot.
Mental illness is real, man. Mental illness is real. No, for real, because we've seen, and the sad part about it is we've seen this situation not only at the zoo in Africa.
Yeah.
They told you, don't get out the car.
Yes.
Dude got out the car, and I hate it that it happened to you, but I don't feel bad for you. They tell you clear as day, do not feed an animal. The only thing I felt bad about was a bad little boy that fell down in there, and the gorilla dragged him all around.
But you see how the outcome came. He was all right.
Yeah, because he failed.
He was all right. God had his hands on him.
And I honestly think that that's the humanistic part of that gorilla, because he knew it was a child.
Some craziness.
Now, had you been a little bigger with a beard,
yeah,
but he was dragging him around like, this is my dog.
Kid.
This is I'm finna play with him, and you better not come over here and take it from him.
Leave me alone, because I got something that looks like something I'm used to seeing.
Yes.
A little baby.
I don't know why people do that.
But that's some crazy too. I mean,
Man, but just like, did you ever see the safaris in Africa? The animals are starting to walk up to the doors and open the handles. They watch us. They are adapting.
They understand. No, they've been understanding.
They are adapting. Just like, Caesar.
I bet it ain't locked.
Yeah. And they was like, oh my God. Look, if you want to take a selfie, do it on your side of the barrier. That's just vanity at its finest, man.
these cameras work excellent.
Yes.
They make movies.
From Wales.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, all you can do is zoom on that thing.
Hey, Marjorie.
And take your picture. But nah, you want to go get close with it.
Man. You know.
I hate doing that. That's a stereotype, but the stereotype is proven. You don't see that.
In that aspect.
Yeah,
We don't do that. We don't do that. We're not going to do it. I don't want to take a picture with some humans. So, look, check this out. Oreo, are they taking it too far?
Is that
or
real?
no?
Was that real?
What?
That's not real. It better not be the McDonald's cheeseburger. And
They
fries.
got a McDonald's cheeseburger flavor, and they also are coming out with a
posted that
buttered popcorn flavor cookie. Okay, first of all, I'm off sweets and meats. I've been off for over 25 days, but I'm trying to get this weight down. I got some things to do. I got something I'm planning for. But anyway.
You don't eat no meat?
No meat. No. But anyway, if I was eating a cookie, because I love cookies, it ain't going to be a buttered popcorn flavor cookie. It ain't going to be a cheeseburger flavor cookie. That's just nasty. Oreo, just keep it
That's
regular.
gotta be a joke.
Stay in your lane.
Did Oreo confirm that?
Let's look it up.
I posted the picture the other day.
I did too.
But I posted it just knowing that it was a joke.
No, I think they coming out because they be having all sorts of flavors.
When has cheeseburger and fries ever been an enjoyable flavor in anything other than a cheeseburger?
First of all,
and
I
fries?
don't like McDonald's, so I don't want it in a cookie. Would you eat that, Latane?
No.
I don't eat Oreos anyway, but I'm
don't
just
know if-
saying.
I think that's
Hashtag
way too
that.
much. That's too much going on.
It's terrible.
That's too much. So you got, if I saw the picture correctly, it was the fries with the ketchup on it, and then the burger. So you got cheese, beef, potatoes,
It's supposed
ketchup,
to be cheeseburger flavor.
onions. That's too much.
That's too much.
Way too much.
A cookie is supposed to be regular. Not unless I'm baking it, because I bake a mean cookie. Chocolate chip with pecans and almonds and little pieces of taffy. Yeah, I do that during the holidays. But I'm not finna bake you no cheeseburger cookie. That's just nasty.
Well, let me get that spicy McChicken Oreo. That's next. The spicy chicken Oreo and the steak and egg and cheese bagel.
Yeah.
You know why? You know why I think they starting to come up with these flavors, because they see it working in chips. You know, the chips, they be having all these different flavored chips. Like, I ain't gonna lie, HEB had these brisket flavored chips, and I thought I had been to the barbecue shop.
Nah, the Lay's sausage, the Lay's biscuit and gravy.
Man.
And it tastes just like
Biscuit
biscuit
and
and gravy.
gravy.
I was like, ugh.
But you think about all the additives and preservatives that go into
make
making that.
That's too far outside the box.
Man, that's too much. That's too much. Oh, what else?
Making the ice cream soon.
AT&T to raise direct TV prices but make packages smaller. Man, what are we going to do about cable? Cable is pimping and raping.
That's why people remember when the cell phones. It's going to change. Remember when the cell phones you had to pay $200 a month and only got $80 minutes a month.
Remember when when you would text, you only got 150
Some of them
characters.
prime
And
folk,
then you
prime
had to like
phone.
call people
Yeah.
after 9 o'clock. Then
For your free
all that
hours.
stuff broke down. That's gonna Hulu. All of those things are going to make people cut the cord for real. Now they got Sling TV. They got all of this stuff. And at some point, people are going to be like, you know what?
Well, you already
I'm
got
done. And then they're going to
Fire
start.
stick.
We want you back. Just like if you got an alarm system, they start off with one price. They keep going up and up and up. Then when you leave them, and I just went to the cable company last week, and I said, why do people who I've been here 14
I'm
years.
loyal to you. Why you making it higher for me?
Lower prices than me.
They talking about new customers?
Call the loyalty.
To get them on.
Because the loyalty is that, because I'm thinking about leaving to go to ADT from my company.
Yeah.
Because they started off with $28. They're $43.
I just
How
left
we get
Sprint to go to
there?
AT&T.
And then people started peeping game and started getting what you call the fire stick and getting them broke, and because YouTube good for some things. Now I give
They'll
YouTube
tell you how to do that
They'll
for-
tell you how to do it
My
and
son
everything.
was hustling fire sticks. I was like, wow, he's really
But
making money out of it.
what cable companies started doing was, okay, so you gonna let go and just get internet. You know, internet used to be like $25. Now internet by itself is just as expensive as having a
Well,
cable package.
You know why? It's
'Cause they know.
Well, not just that. The evolving of internet, it requires speed.
Yeah.
And depending on what you're running, because you got a lot of people that work from home.
I do.
You know what I mean? So now they need a faster. And then you got some people that have 2 internets in their house.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a guy that has an internet just for he's a radiologist and he works from home, so he's got everything up. Like all of his X-ray things are all smart. He's got 8 smart TVs all around his room, and maybe whatever they are, but they look like TVs.
I'm saying,
But my
monitors.
thing is that now that everything. So like, because for a while cell phones didn't have an internet, didn't run on internet. Now we got the cell phones running. Remember back in the day when Prom Code was going, you go down to Texas. I'm showing my age. We go down to Kappa Beach, and your phone didn't work because everybody is in Galveston off
Yeah.
these few towers. So then we went from analog to digital, and
Speaking
so
of
now
analog,
they're going to boost the prices on that. And like, look at the smart TVs now. You don't even have to get cable. You just buy the HBO app, buy the Stars app, and buy your ESPN app. Because 9 times out of 10, we're only looking at 6 channels.
Yeah.
And Lord, I hate ESPN. They could take every one of those ESPNs
No.
from me
Oh.
and give me Hallmark and TCM and all of that. I told them, I don't give me just the one. When Stuart Scott died, I was done. I didn't, I just couldn't.
You don't like Stephen A?
And Stephen A. is good. I like him, but
I got you.
I don't watch.
But
it
sports is
enough.
not. Yeah, I got
I don't
you.
want
I got you.
SEC
Yeah.
and all of that.
'Cause I don't watch
East and
Lifetime.
West and- Right. So why can't we do a la carte? And I say I don't want ESPN, but I want that, and you don't want Lifetime, and maybe you don't want something else, and then my bill goes down. Why do
But that's what I'm saying. They don't like. You don't even have to get cable service anymore. You get your TV. And you go and you
Pick what
order
you want,
your
a la
channels, 'cause
carte.
They're all apps. Yeah. So being that they're like that, and that's another thing. We
Yeah, but
bought
then
smart TVs.
yeah, because I remember I had a smart TV in here, and my plan was I wish I would have just got a regular TV because I had the app from my cable at home. Well, if you don't have a smart TV, you could just hook your phone up to your TV and stream it through. That's cable here. But because the TV was smart, it wouldn't allow me to because I was able to buy packages through the television. Man, let me tell you something. Technology, I know if I'm watching it, it's watching me.
Well, yeah. Well,
If I'm watching it,
that's another discussion.
yeah, and we gonna do that one day.
I saw Mark Zuckerberg had his camera blocked.
Yeah,
He had on his computer. He had a
paper,
a
tape.
over his camera.
And what's funny is wasn't he going to court for that privacy thing?
Absolutely. So, but he had that little bitty piece of paper because he knows,
He knows.
and that goes back
Yeah.
to when the system went down.
People who work from home or they do a lot of work on their computers. Most people I know that work in corporate, they keep a piece of tape over their work computer at all times.
And when I don't, I work at home and I work from upstairs, and so that's just one little office. You can look out the back of my trees if you want to, and that's fine. You can come in on that. But I heard someone say, be careful when you see a red light in a hotel room because you don't know what that red light. You thinking it's the microwave or it's the
If you watching me, you might see something.
Yeah, Lord Jesus.
Hashtag that. I'm just
Okay.
saying. Well, look. Well, so here about. Okay, we've been talking about R. Kelly. We've been talking. First of all, we're talking about R. Kelly, Michael Jackson.
You might as well pull up another one.
Right.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I've been purposely not talking about that.
I just didn't understand the lady who bailed him out. She had a daycare with kids, and she paid $100,000 to get him out of jail.
I believe somebody gave her that money.
Yeah, it's probably funneled through.
I
something else.
believe he paid for that.
No, they say he ain't really got no money.
He said he was down to $361,000.
Ain't got no. Yeah. But I brought him up, and I also, Michael Jackson, I have an issue with that thing because when Michael Jackson was alive, they said he was not guilty. Okay, do you guys know we have to be very sensitive on the stuff that we talk about on the news, on social media, because Michael Jackson's daughter tried to commit suicide yesterday.
Man.
This just does not affect. This is not
So
entertainment.
is Oprah wrong?
That baby tried to kill herself yesterday.
Is Oprah wrong?
So
I didn't watch.
I didn't watch.
I haven't geared I'm building myself to watch it.
I did. I ended up in the hotel, woke up early, and it was on because I don't have HBO either. I only get stars when power come on, and so then I get rid of it.
Come on now.
And then-
Come on now.
that's the only time I
You
don't
sound
get
like me.
Come on, Power.
So HBO out had it at the hotel, and I woke up and I couldn't sleep, and I saw some of the craziness. Now, some of that stuff was just disgusting.
Yeah.
You believe
But-
did it sound true?
Yeah, and so he was calling this stuff, but he was calling the dude the little
Wait a
one,
minute.
and like I'm straight up Michael Jackson age,
Is it
you
already
know.
age?
So
It's just
I was a
10,
part
yeah.
of the
It's
Jackson
10,
5 era. And
Yes.
So I was there. The first
I'm a
concert I
Motown
ever went
25,
to was
baby.
First concert I ever went to was when Michael Jackson was 10. So I was 10. So that's how far me and Michael
Come
Jackson
on
go
now.
back. I never did like him. I liked Jermaine. And
You didn't like Mike?
I liked
loved
Michael.
Jermaine. Oh my goodness.
Why
My
you
boyfriend was
don't
Jermaine.
I liked Randy
I
too,
don't
but then
like
he was a
Randy.
wife
When I
beater.
was back,
You
he
did
was
what you
cool,
did
but I never
to
liked his
me.
looks. No, I don't like him. I liked his looks. I
Oh,
like his
okay, I'm
son.
sorry.
You like his hair now?
His hair looked like a tire about the side.
Yeah, them talking about them crimps.
Yeah, it looked like hot
That boy got them old school 80 crimps in the side of his head.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
Oh,
at dude.
Teresa said yes. Oprah was wrong.
Okay, so here's my thing.
So she's the one that did that.
Yes.
So they're mad at Oprah and Gail right now because Gail went for R. Kelly,
Okay.
and they're saying Oprah was the one that put that
documentary.
special together.
I think
But
that
the only thing I halfway understand, first of all, I think she took an order. I think she had to
come
do
on
that.
now. Come on
That-
now.
That's just what I
Real
think.
talk. The powers
Because-
of that be.
Because this is the okay, yeah. So the power. I believe she had to take that.
You're
order.
gonna do this.
And the
because
other thing that I think is we got to remember she was also molested as a child,
So
and
And-
but not
but it was so
like
nasty.
that.
It was so nasty.
And not only that, they looked at how
I
how
heard it was
good they looked at how good the R. Kelly's documentary did.
But the difference was,
And they was
R.
like, well, we
Kelly
gonna
had
rock- we gonna-
more than one person. She just went in on these few people with
These
Mike.
two boys.
The
but
two that said that he
so-
didn't do
saw
it.
Did you see Pete Davidson on Saturday Night Live last week when he said something that I truly believe is profound? He said,
I agree, Renee.
How can we keep talking about R. Kelly and muting R. Kelly and not mute the Catholic Church? There are pedophiles in the
And
Catholic
wait,
Church.
that's
and
why I
nobody
brought it
said
up.
Nothing about that, and they know that those people are there.
That-
So he
Been
said,
knowing this.
Yeah. So Pete Davidson is like, I mean, equal is equal.
And that's why I brought it up. Not only Elvis Presley, when he met his wife, she was 25
Woody Allen.
and she was only 14, and he dated her and groomed her. She used to go to school, then come back to Elvis' house, and nobody said anything about that. He got a stamp, okay? And he was a drug addict. and
Woody
he got a
Allen.
stamp. Okay, Woody Allen.
yeah.
Woody
Yeah.
Allen raised his daughter
From
to
a
be
baby.
his wife.
Right.
Yes.
Now how sick is that?
Yes.
Still making movies,
uh,
and people still go to them. Okay.
but,
Yeah.
Woody Allen.
yeah. Jerry Lee Lewis.
Married his cousin.
Married his cousin, 13. And that was like his third marriage.
Nasty.
But let me tell you, Cardinal George Pell, 77, was convicted for sexual assaulting two choir boys in the 90s. He was convicted for 4 incidents of acts of child molestation. November, he got 6 years. Now he was, and that's what I was finna say. They talking about giving R. Kelly life. They're talking about even Jesse Smollett. They trying to give
No,
him
I ain't
some
gonna lie.
that was some stupidity. Real time. But this man was the chief Vatican, or however you say it.
Yeah.
He only got 6 years, and they said he showed no remorse when he was in court. I'm glad he getting some time, but damn it, he needed more time than that.
And that's the thing. I mean, I don't like what they did with Michael Jackson, but they showed some videos of him and how those little boys was feeling, and then when the one got after he got used. But see, how does your mother
I was just saying,
lay down in
and
the
bed at
downstairs-
night?
No,
You pimped them out. You pimped
she
those
was
kids
downstairs
out.
on the couch, and or outside on it. She was on the couch. And her 7-year-old son was in the bed with Michael Jackson. I'm
Let me
gonna
tell
let
you something,
I'm gonna
man.
let you own that.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, at the end of the day, these men put themselves in these situations, man. And don't get me wrong. See, I preach all the time. I separate the man from the talent.
Can you still listen
Okay.
to the music?
Yes, it has. Like, I don't care about the music, and you know what? And let me tell you something. That go to show you how we will like. We don't really. When we protest and we do these things, we don't go for shit that matters.
Come on.
We go for stop playing the music. Now I understand why they took R. Kelly music off, because you're not gonna get paid Like
So
right
you-
now, you have to suffer one way or another. Sure. And what they did was they strategically broke him.
They sure did.
He didn't own his masters and none of that no more. But the point I'm trying to make is,
They knew what
as
they were
much
doing,
as
and
I
they knew
like
what he was
Mike,
doing.
you have to keep it real. You knew something was wrong when we
Everybody
heard about
did.
Mike sleeping with little boys in his
Everybody
bed.
did.
Yeah.
I don't care about he didn't have no childhood. I don't want to hear that shit. The nigga's wrong. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
He's
This is
wrong.
the hashtag I'm
And
saying.
just like I was talking with a brother and listening to a brother say, man, they need to leave R. Kelly alone, man. Overseas men been doing that for years. Does that make
it right?
That's just not
Where are you? So what you're doing is you're justifying
Fine,
that shit, and that goes.
And he need to do
That's
something.
why black
And-
women ain't trusting us right now because we
Come
are.
on, that's
we
why I
are
love to have a man on the
justifying-
panel.
We are justifying this shit that's been going on for ages. That's why black women don't feel us no more because you're coming with the same bullshit that my uncle gave when he molested me. Well, not
Yeah.
me, but
I
the
understand what you're
women.
saying.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Hypothetically.
and this is what black women are saying, that we don't have nobody in our corner. At the end of the day, you know good and well
That was wrong.
We've been hiding shit. We knew our uncle touched our cousin. I'm sorry. We
No,
knew
you're
our
fine.
uncle touched our cousin. We knew all of that. And what do? Because it's family and we don't put our business out on the street. No, you need to have your cousin take him
And
out
that's
the
why
back and
kids
whoop
don't.
his ass.
That's why
And
kids
we-
don't say anything
That's why they don't
because
say
they
nothing.
hold it in, and then when they finally say, "Uncle so and so touched me," nobody does
No,
anything.
and guess what they do?
sweep it under the rug.
Sweep it under the
And
rug.
my mother wouldn't let us let nobody in our house. She wouldn't let us sit on nobody's
Lap.
lap. You didn't do none of that. None of that.
And if
old
you are
stuff.
sitting on Uncle Lap,
Yeah.
you better be on that like.
Yeah,
like you dare not be-
I couldn't
like-
even sit on. We couldn't even hug long.
You better
know,
hug from the
yeah,
side.
others did that side hug. But the thing I did see with Michael Jackson that hurt me more than anything else is when they showed the videos of him talking. He would send videos to those little boys, and one of them he called my little one, "Hi, little one." They got the letters that he talked about how much he loved them and all of that. And I remember when they put him in jail, and he was. If you ever see him being interviewed, they put me.
Yes,
in
and they
jail,
touched
and
my
they-
privates
and they
and-
touched my privates, and
Man,
it was
Mike, you
Dookie.
better
He
man
said it was
up.
Dookie on it. I was like, what grown man says Dookie?
But you know, but I'm gonna tell you,
The
one
act.
of those little boys. I can't remember what little boy that was. Cause you know, Mike went to jail like one time. I think it was not jail. He went to court. It was in the 80s, and the little boy was too young
Yeah,
to go on the stand.
that was the 90s.
The state waited 10 years for him to be of age, or how many ever years so he was of age. And then that's when I think they brought the case back, and Mike was in his pajamas and on top. You remember when Mike went to
crazy,
court
doing
and all
that.
that? But at the end of the day, Mike, and I swear I just had to come to terms with this, like even Bill. And it's messed up because right when, because I mean, that was our guy.
Yes.
That was our guy. But once again, this is where I talk about separating the man from
The art.
Right. So now you have to deal with, because we fell in love with Cliff.
Yeah.
And we fell in
Huxtable.
love with Mike or MJ. But after Mike got issues, Mike got vices. Mike's vice was, I got enough money to do whatever
Whatever
I
I want
want
to do.
Anybody out
And who's going to believe you? I'm Mike.
Michael Jackson.
But you have to look at it. This man was carrying a pet monkey around. He was carrying Emmanuel Webster, who was every
On
bit
his
of
lap.
29 at the time, probably, because I ain't, he on his hip like a baby. Like there's something psychologically wrong with it. I don't know if he's trolling for fame, but you are carrying a grown
man,
kid on
like a
your
toy
lap.
or like a baby.
And you know what? He went for all little boys of the same. Macaulay Culkin, Emmanuel Lewis, the Ray Robeson
Corey.
kid.
And then them little kids, those other little children that are there.
That's why I don't
And the
believe
things
Mike
that
was
they
just.
said-
Mike was a nigga.
Oh no, he knew
Mike
what he
was
was
a
doing.
nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
I
the
get
heart,
it.
when you hear the stuff that he did to the little boys, you know he was. He and then I think
Damn, Mike.
his brothers are saying he didn't do it because see, when they mute Michael Jackson, they got to mute the Jackson 5.
Well, first of all, don't nobody care about the
And
Jackson.
you
They
gotta
still
you gotta
get the
mute.
residual music.
They gotta
And
mute
so
the
when they
money.
shot they what did they do?
You talking about
with
that?
it?
You talking about that reality thing they had for a minute?
I'm
No, it's
talking
like
about
I
it-
think they still get paid too.
Yeah, every time you
Oh, like from
yeah.
Jackson 5 music. Yeah.
So they don't want you muting nothing because they've been living off of that kick for a long time. So and so the sad part is that R. Kelly, I still want to step in the name of love. I'm sorry, I still
Man,
want to
listen,
step in the
man.
name of love. But I
You
have
better step in the name of love.
But this is what I want. I know where there's smoke, there's fire. Just
Yeah.
like the interview he did with Gayle King. Some of the stuff he said, like,
That was
like,
some funny shit. You saw?
oh, you gotta
saw
watch
Saturday Night
that.
Live?
Oh, that
You
was
need to-
hilarious.
so funny.
The Saturday Night Live was hilarious. But what I'm saying is, you know when you do, you know what, when you do so much wrong that people start lying on you, but you can't. You trying
Some
to
narcissistic
you
behavior.
try, like some stuff is truth and some are lies. But because you've been getting away with murder so long, even the lies people believe are true.
Are true, and that's what
so
they were
that's
saying
where his
about him.
emotion
That's
was
that
coming
not.
from.
But you want to know what it is too? His emotion came from. First of all, I think he planned to do that.
Of
But at the
course.
second time, let me tell you something. There is no more sobering feeling when you know
No,
you
you
got
about
caught.
to, but you about to crash and burn.
No, when you know you caught.
yeah, and it's
You
nothing
either
he
get
can do.
mad at the person that caught you instead of getting mad at yourself, or you try to defend it. And he told, that's why I like the little spoof when he said, when he was making fun of R. Kelly, but he said, for 30 years I done gave y'all music. And in all of those 30 years, you were dropping clues the whole time.
The Pied Piper.
What part of you,
The Pied Piper of
you
R&B.
seem like you're ready?
Absolutely. And see nothing
Girl,
wrong.
yeah.
Age
Age
ain't nothing but a number.
Come on, man.
But this was the point I was trying to make. Yeah, he needs to be convicted. Everybody that has done wrong needs to be convicted, but not just them.
No.
If you
no.
pimp your
Yeah.
kids,
Oh, yeah.
you need to be convicted.
Yeah.
If you went with him to the damn McDonald's and
I want to know
waited,
the general manager need to go. The principal of the school across the street need to go.
Everybody that was
Everybody knows.
involved, that was benefiting from it, that knew it was wrong. You were sleeping with some kids too.
The parents who took their child
To
and
the
let
concert,
her go
let her
up
get on
the-
stage.
Once
You know
again,
R. Kelly wasn't doing
mental
crime to them.
illness
He was doing
is
that
real.
bump and grind.
You
on
you
your
saw the
baby.
video.
And you watched your baby twerk and get grinded off.
16,
and all of that.
17.
And then they go on the back, and then they tell you, "Oh, she's here. You wait in the VIP room," and you sitting there for hours. I would have kicked every door. Well, first I wouldn't have did it, but even that I would have kicked every door down. Then you send your daughter to go with her because she older, and you let her. He's a monster. and he needs to
Renee,
pay.
you right.
He needs to pay.
Renee said whoever molested Michael Jackson molested other Jackson kids too. Absolutely.
You know what? I'm not gonna front.
Joe,
You know what I think happened?
that's why Reby left.
I'm gonna tell you what I think happened. I believe. You know what? I don't know about that, but one thing that I do believe in, I believe that once Mike got to that age where they ended up saying, okay, like the Berry Gordys and the Diana Rosses, all those people at Motown, when they got over to Motown, they said, okay, this is the one. So like when you saw that Mike brothers would be here, but okay, Mike, we want you to meet some people. So Mike now is going into different parts
Right.
of this industry where his brothers can't go.
go.
And what is the number one thing that happens when a parent takes their kid somewhere? They let them go off.
Yeah.
Well, can we talk to Mike alone?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to remember, Mike is around nothing but older people in
Just because
Motown.
they really say that, okay, when Diana Ross met Michael
I
Jackson,
think she got
he
all
was
of them.
little.
Mhm.
And then once he became
Oh,
a
man.
young man, not even 20, like in his
Mm-hmm.
late teens, she started saying, oh, damn, he looks good. And they were sleeping around.
I believe they were. I believe, honestly,
You can look it up on YouTube. They have all these interviews because when she got married, he got mad. So you got this child's life in your hands. That messes with you up here. So when you grow up, you don't really have a respect or a level of trust to do the right thing. You either gonna excel or you gonna do the same thing that somebody did to you.
and when you look at all of it, and I hate to say it, man, but when you look at the majority of those child stars, even Usher, even especially Bow Wow. But
Yeah,
when
Bow
you
Wow
look at
suffering.
these kids, man, and I think Al Sharpton said it the best. He said, he told, I guess the girl, he was like, your daddy wasn't weird. It was the shit he had to go through that was weird. And those things will form you into something that you don't realize you're being formed into until you have a little boy in your bed. And then that's when you start to realize, but then what do? You justify that shit. And you say, I never had a childhood.
That's no therapy. That's another thing.
And that's what I want to
that.
know. What happened from you getting...
But when you hear what he did to molest them, That ain't got nothing to do with Diana Ross.
And that's what
that's got to do with what he likes.
And
he had
that's
them kids looking at
and that's
porn.
my thing.
He had all of that. They started.
They said he had a
porn.
small
Hit
room.
that
They
Tracy.
said he was putting wine in
Hit that button.
Pepsi Cola cans.
Yeah, and
See, all of that.
Come on,
yeah,
man.
they
No,
said
Mike,
see the
man.
thing
He
it
said
says
they
low
started drinking.
battery
The little boy said that
on
he
the
started
screen.
getting alcohol really
Jesus
early.
juice.
He was a mess.
Like, I don't believe Mike. The Mike we saw on camera, and the only person that testifies that Mike was. I love to hear Eddie Griffin talk about Mike.
Because he defends him
I
to the end.
refuse to believe that Mike was this kid from Gary, Indiana, that moved to Detroit and then L.A. and all of a sudden he's Mike is a nigga.
He was a shrewd businessman. We're going to close with this. Michael Jackson was getting paid more from Sony than Sony
That's
was
why
getting
he
paid
did.
from him.
No, well, he took. He
bought the
he got
Beatles
50%.
catalog.
Well, he beat Tommy Mottola.
Yes.
out. And that's to me. That's
he
what signed his
wasn't
death
stupid.
certificate. He said that Tommy Mottola would have never thought that a black man could outsmart him.
Right.
He said that's why I got 50% of songs.
And no, 75.
But he named his kids
Well,
Blanket and
Crazy.
So all of that hung the baby over the thing.
Yeah.
All of that. We started looking. Michael,
He just didn't
crazy.
know. I ain't gonna lie. He didn't know no better. Mike, you don't know how to hold kids.
Yeah, but he crazy. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. All of that
See?
we saw.
But this is what Michael Jackson said. He said they thought I was so focused on the music they didn't pay attention
That's
that
what
I
they
was
used to.
focused on the business.
That's
And
what
they
he's
are
used to.
mad because now Sony owes me money. Every time certain artists make music,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say their name.
Dolly
Michael
Parton, all them.
Beyonce and Jay-Z, every time they made music and it went like quadruple platinum and diamond, he got paid.
Good for him.
He got paid. So he was a smart businessman, but he was kooky. I will say this. Musical geniuses or people who are artists that are great, stuff funnels through them.
But you know, and I
They-
know you
and they
want to
kinda
end,
quirky.
but I'm gonna tell you something. You have to watch the studios, people. And if you watch even pictures, you see that picture of Mike when he was in the studio with Stevie way back when he was young. He was
Like
I'm talking
this.
about glued. But you gotta remember who was Mike's idol, James Brown. Everybody,
Frank Sinatra.
He watched
He watched the
his
greats.
favorite
He
people
studied.
get screwed for money, and he said, "You know what? That's
That
not
ain't not gonna be me."
But I'm gonna be this the whole time."
Because
But behind
his voice
closed
got
doors,
lighter.
I want his business. I want his business.
Yeah,
I want his business.
his voice got lighter
Joe
and
came
lighter.
out behind closed doors.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna beat all
Absolutely.
y'all with this business.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely,
all that, I'm
absolutely.
saying. Now,
That was an
that's
act.
a shot. That's a front. That's
when
a,
he was up in there, even them little boys was like,
Eddie-
he didn't
He
even
don't
really
talk like that.
Eddie Griffin said he loved the way I talked to him.
Yes, he did.
It's all kind of F bombs being dropped in this room because Mike was dropping them.
Absolutely.
But
I'm sure, but he's going to jail. I mean, he's not.
Well, he's going to jail.
He's
that go to
dead.
show you
He's
that they will ruin your legacy even after death.
And not only this, and then we're going to close with this. They'll watch you get away with stuff as long as you're making them money. And then once the money stops or they no longer have a use
Especially
for
once
you,
you take their money.
everything that they have on you or against you, now they finna take you through the ringer. It happened to Mike Tyson. It happened to Michael Jackson.
Man.
Now it's happening to R. Kelly. R. Kelly was making them a whole lot of money, and once he couldn't make them money anymore, okay, now we finna let the cat out the bag. And we all knew what he was doing.
So if he goes to jail, here's my question:
You gonna
if he
send him
goes
some money?
to jail, put money on his book?
You gonna put money on his books?
Probably not. I said probably. There's a probability that I might. No, I'm just kidding. But if he goes to jail and he does his time and he serves his time for whatever they say he did, and say it's 10 years, or
He ain't
whatever,
getting out.
and he goes to jail and he gets out. Mike Tyson served him years in Indiana. So when he gets out, do you then still say you can't listen to his music because he served his time?
But you know how society goes. You know how it is. People get out of jail every day and can't get a job after
You know
they
what?
serve their time.
I'm so sick of hearing. You know what? And I know y'all. I know you trying to call. I'm so sick of niggas. Always wanting to boycott some shit, but you still wearing Nike. You still wearing. You still buying Gucci. You still buying all of this. You might as well leave America. Stop driving your cars. Like, I don't want to hear that, and it bothers the shit out of me because we pick and choose the shit that we want
to do.
That we want. Yeah, so I don't want to hear that, man. Stop going to HEB.
Yeah.
Grow your own grocery, grow all that stuff. I don't want to hear
Yep.
that. That man's music is not going to keep him in longer if you play it, and it's not going to get him out if you play it.
What you know is pray for justice and let God handle
Now I'm
that.
finna go play Beat It when I get in the car.
I don't fool with Michael Jackson. I stopped fooling with him years ago. I don't even like his music.
No more. I was like, what is Michael?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that let you know he had issues because
All of
he
that.
went from a black man to a white woman.
Yeah.
And then there's that. Thank you for tuning in to hashtag I'm Just Saying with MemeMichelle. Tune in next week. I don't know what our topic is going to be, but we had an amazing Facebook I'm Just Saying news show today. If you have any topics you want to talk about, inbox me or leave them on my page. Leave your comments. And y'all got to get involved. We got to do this. So I love you. Remember to laugh. Remember to love. Remember to be the light and always bear good fruit. Oh, and I got a special hashtag I'm Just Saying coming up. It's going to be a live concert. Y'all get ready for it. Be blessed. Bye.